Hello, everybody. My name is Suede, and welcome to Game 3 of our Modern Cton Tournament. Third game of the first week. So let's pick our government order, and let's do some spying, see what these guys are up to. So we've had equality dominate the tournament. We've had some freedom, some order, some tradition, but a lot of equality, about half the players in each game. So let's see if that tradition, for lack of a better word, holds up in Game 2. Game 3. Sorry. Oh, we don't get a second take here. This is all we get, everybody. Okay, so check out the civs. We have Canada. Died quick in game 1. Let's see if they do any better in game number 3. What the heck? Did I not give myself the espionage center in this one? Oh, I got it. Why can't I spy? Do they not have a city? They do have a city. Well, I guess we'll find out eventually. Spy. Oh, I have no gold. I have no money. Oh, I'll have to wait a little longer than that. Okay. So, in terms of governments, Canada is equality. Japan is equality. Saudi Arabia is order. America is tradition. Australia is order. Brazil is equality, and India is order. Okay, we actually have a nice mix. No freedoms this game as a first time. But freedom, generally in Cton's, freedom is the least chosen government. You need a really safe position to pull it off effectively. Indonesia made it work last time, although they had a lot of vulnerabilities early on. But yeah, typically you're going to see about, if the patches were balanced at least, you would see probably about 30% tradition, 30% order, 30% equality, and maybe 10% freedom. But this game, yeah, we got a good mix. I think it was 2 of each, except for and 3 equalities. So we'll check out the different lands these people have. So this one was a challenge, this land here. So you got a pretty big island to yourself. You do have access to a couple resources, but the land is pretty weak. And I think they might have failed the first challenge, which is finding cities with good food. There are a few ways to do it. You'd probably want the sugar, but the challenge with the sugar is you probably plant 4 apart. Like ideally you'd want this and then probably that. Or maybe, I guess you could do that. Well, then you got 2 cities inland. Yeah, there's just, I like this one because there was just not a lot of ways you could plant the cities well. But once you get the border expand in this cap, this will be all right. So we'll see how it's going to work for them. Saudi Arabia, a new civ. So this is game 3. So you're probably familiar with Canada. Died first time last game. Japan made some good boating plays, but didn't place too high in the first game. Brazil, mid-tier or placed middle of the pack. Pretty passive in the second game. America, second place finisher from the second game. India is also new, and Saudi Arabia is new. And then Australia, middle of the pack finisher from game 1. Who was kind of like C19 last game and now is C19 again. We'll see if they get left alone or if players make some boating plays against them. So one interesting fact here is that this landmass and this landmass are actually connected. This was wild when I generated it. Like this really weird stuff going on here. Like the civs are not going to be able to scout each other. But they will be aware of each other's existences, right? They're probably going to block it off with their kings, and they'll know somebody's over there. So it gives them a little taste of what's there on the map. This is an interesting start. So island to yourself. A decent land, actually. It's not bad, but no res. Or just rubber, I guess. And there's res here on the island, very close. But to access that, you're going to need to plant here and then a road pretty far over. Wait, which makes equality, I mean, they didn't know this at the time, obviously. Probably the worst government, because you can't plant on top of it, you can't plant next to it. Equality has really slow worker moves, so it would take forever to get these 2 rests. We'll see if they do it. Okay, you got Japan alone here with coal. Not sure how much I like the equality here. We'll see how it works out for them. Interesting to place the cap inland and the second city being Kyoto. I think they're pretty safe up here, but they might have issues with Running out of tiles here. Yeah, like you just don't have a lot of good tiles and you can't improve them as a quality. So this will be challenging. Okay. So this is tradition here. Kind of a canal. I like this canal. You'd probably get this one later on, but it's nice to have options, you know. Stick a submarine there for fun. But yeah, pretty standard tradition. As tradition, you get a lot of bonuses to drafting. So you like having your second city with access to fresh water, so you have easy access to size 7. This is an order with all this jungle. That's sensible play, I'd say. Australia is the order. So do we actually have, I think, yeah, we have 3 orders in one tradition. Interesting. So not a lot of gold rushing sieves here, just the one. And India as order. Okay, so this is the closest thing we have to a 1v1 on this map. I mean, sorry, this is a hard 1v1, as I like to say. So something like this is a soft 1v1, where you are technically on the same landmass, but you could play passively and not be up in each other's business. But here you're kind of forced to be, unless you are really, really happen to both want to not posture aggressively towards each other. Oh, looks like Brazil got a pop. Did they pop, or did they go for an airdrops? I'm not sure. They don't have a lot of bonus food in their cap, so I think that was a pop. Yeah, so I'd say for India, it's very crucial to get a city here. Do it soon. So if you're India and you've scouted Brazil, you know that they're not coastal, right? Equality versus order. This matchup is very interesting, very dynamic. Or not very dynamic, actually. The winner tends to be the person. If order gets a city in equality's face, then order will win. If equality forward plants with like an airdrop settler, like here, equality will win. Because equality is safe, their core cities are not threatened, and they outscale. Whereas if order gets in their face, equality has very slow worker moves, as we said, and they can't clean up the pollution if order decides to start bombarding the tiles around their cap. They have to overdraft, they have to guard all their tiles, and they can't plant the cities that they want to be planting, and they just fall behind. Okay, lots of resources here for India. I think India has got one of the better spawns if they can handle the 1v1. Let's see what they do with their worker moves. It's very crucial that they get over here. If you see them start mining this, you could probably do that next to connect the 2 cities if you wanted to, but something like that would be a mistake unless you're going for worker and cap. We're going to check out what India is doing. Oh, we don't have our spies yet. Nice, looks like we're getting most of them. We do not get India. The mine. So generally I prefer the plant forest. It's the better tile. Two production instead of one. I think it takes slightly less than twice as long. And maybe it's even. You can. The only thing was it'd slow down the road, but you can chop the forest later, which is sometimes a benefit. So yeah, I think this is going to be a slow start out from Japan. From America, we see early settler. I don't disagree with this at all. They have no inkling that an enemy is nearby. Their positioning, I think, while it's in practice it's safe, they don't know that it's safe because there could easily be someone here, but they should be able to get drafting size pretty quickly. If they've scouted down this way, and I don't know, they actually went to find India instead. And Australia went here. I think Australia is eventually going to get the info they need, but not quite yet. Oh, this is interesting. Size 2 cap from Australia. Again, if you're... So I'll say that the longitude is this. Where you are on like the A, B, C, D, or on the 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, it doesn't really matter because in an archipelago because the wrapping of the map. But where if you're how close you are to the equator definitely matters. You're much more likely to get boated if you're closer to the equator, and if your cities are coastal facing that direction. So as these guys, I might be playing this a bit more cautious if I were them, but it does not look like they're going to get punished. Okay, like I said, Jeddah's going to be crap, but Riyadh actually once you get the border expand here is pretty good. So things are turning out okay for Saudi Arabia. As long as they get a third city up, potentially. Yeah, I think Brazil's probably going to be able to do two granaries before they wartime. I don't know how early they're planning to wartime. Yeah, this is what is that even a BG? No, what are you doing, man? No, this is a bad worker move. You might as well be getting this tile. You're getting this, and then you're posturing towards the hill in the middle, and so you have options. He did go for the settler though. Interesting. Okay. If he places that settler, no, that's the worker move is just straight up a mistake in that case, because the settler. Are you gonna what? Are you gonna put the settler here? Oh, this is good. And Canadians. They're actually pretty close here. So if he has been to this tile, then he will be able to see the borders, actually. Okay, I like Melbourne. Melbourne's a very good city. Uranium is just such a great tile. And sugar, too. Especially when you clear the jungle, which, as order, you got those quick worker moves. Pretty quick handling that. Okay, you need control over the center. You need not to get him forward plant in your face. And now that he's got his explorer on you, there's becomes much more likely that he sees you do the settler and he decides to get it in your face. There's no hurry to hook the aluminum. There's just what's the hurry? There is a hurry. Get there before he gets there. But it looks like he's not going to be. He will have another opportunity to. Please do that. Okay. Yeah, he will have another opportunity. He went to the tobacco. Okay. Again, so if you're watching this in order versus equality, getting the forward plant is what determines who wins the matchup, especially in a Cton where there's nothing else going on the map. Like in a, I don't know, a teamer, you could maybe boat someone else and get a play elsewhere. The 1v1, like having the upper hand here is really important. It looks like he'll be punished by these barbs a bit, but they should just take gold, maybe a little bit of production. It looks like he got his gran in Rio. Okay, border expand in Jeddah actually. I don't really hate border expands in secondary cities, but here you don't really benefit from at all. Well, let's check out what they have. But I think they just skipped their granary in lieu of. Oh, they got both. Well, congrats. There's a lot of chops from them, and Order has for fast worker moves, so maybe that's what that was. In Riyadh, I think they'd benefit. They could probably do a factory here. They would also benefit from harbor. It's not a lot of offshore tiles, but with the cheap offshores and you're guaranteed to be using these two at least. I would say they'd benefit from the offshore. More workers is always good. Let's get a third city down just so we're not holding up the chances to pop. Okay. Canada going for more. Okay, this is. They're just going for cities and they're just going for cities. So, boat people, this is the lesson, guys. If you boat people, you will get naked cities. Naked. I mean, I think Ottawa itself will get to draft, but this is certainly size 3 in cap. Went for another settler. The greed. Check F11. You will see people greeting. Brazil grading again. I think this one. I think this one is out of Sao Paulo. But yeah, so if you're India right now, get the city here, and then plant in their face. Plant here. Plant here first. Here. Get propaganda. You could even plant here or on this hill. Plant on this hill. Get propaganda. They will hate their life, and you have res. You will eventually set up a dangerous play against them because they have to guard all their tiles. They can't protect their cities well when they're guarding all their tiles. See the res here. Uranium. I guess they could. They need. No, that's a mistake. They do need the city just for defensive purposes. They need that city. Otherwise, you got Brazil right on your doorstep with a million cities. Like this should worry you how many cities they have. You've scouted this by now. When that anvil or that anchor starts cranking, what the heck is the slang term? Anyway, when the shit hits the fan, once they start reaping what they're sowing by planting all these cities, you do not want the full weight of that bearing down on your capital specifically. You want a secondary city for one, and then one on a hill for the extra 40% defense bonus. Saves the explorer there. Good for you. Looks like he's going for the double partisan. I think he would have been guaranteed one of these if he just went for one, but we'll see. Canada, again, going for extra cities. Lots of the equality players. They had 3 equality players just greeding. Just pure greed, 0 units. If you boat literally any of these cities, they're in shit. Another option, I guess you could go for a marine boat around. You'd probably catch him planting a new city at some point if you position the marine boat well. Yeah, like why are you roading the aluminum? Like, you don't have the tech for anything yet. This is modern. You don't start with the techs for everything. You don't have. I guess you couldn't be too far from explosives, but maybe it's typically around turn 18, turn 19, you get explosives if you're full teching. And you don't have setup in any play. You don't have any 2 movers. And you're not in his... Like, if you have the city here, you can just cruise his cap and threaten that. But right now, what are you going to cruise? You're going to cruise here? You can't take the city after you cruise it out. It's absurd. Okay. So, Saudi Arabia over here has some units out. Let's see if they're going for a boat. Hope they keep drafting. Remember, drafting is free for order. They get 5 free military police. So for the first 5 units, as long as they stay in the city, you can just draft 5 times for free. Okay, I don't mind the spy missions failing. What I do mind is when people like make the comments to me when the spy missions fail. We get it. This is the most adventureful thing in your life. Canadian greed. The greed. Okay, King might actually spot this, but we'll see if the explorer does that first. 2 explorers here. I wonder if he built the second explorer, or did he capture? I don't think he captured Australia's. Maybe he landed here, and this is just one he just... I think it would say, no, it would say Australian explorer in that case. Oh, wow, he moves the king away so he doesn't get spotted. If he moves the king like this, or something... Yeah, just put it on the hill. If you can bait out their Tau. What is this? What are you doing? Are you just going to walk the partisans out? 2 partisans? Oh my god. Like, if there's a settler there, I'd like that. Like I'm saying, forward plant in his face. But what is 2 partisans going to do? You're going to lose your partisans. It's going to be bad for Brazil. It's going to be bad for you. Neither of you is really going to benefit here. What, you're going to pillage 1 tile, 2 tiles? And you'll kill 1 unit. That's what will happen. Huh, that was not a drop. America on the Indians. He took the explorer here. Okay. Yeah. So don't just walk towers at people, and don't just boat towers like that aren't adjacent to cities. Yeah. If you planted here, planted here, planted here, planted here, these are good plays. I mean, this you can't really at the moment you cannot reinforce that, but and kill these barbs, man. Kill the barbs. I guess these like he could create pressure and then boat around north. That'd be an interesting play. That was a really bad EOT move. Not gonna all caps them. Yeah, if that was a clean EOT move, I think you'd take the city, but oh my god, the greed. Yeah, just don't boat like even in 1v1s like this, I don't like sending units elsewhere. I like either you should scale or you should play aggressively and try to win the 1v1. Going for rubber. Okay, so he should also be continuing to draft. I don't know if he stopped drafting. If he has 20 shields, oh my god, Jesus. If he has 20 shields per turn, he with this mind, he probably should. Like Mumbai should be able to do 1 worker per turn. He should be able to get 20 shields, and if he joins some workers, you can get marine per turn. If you want to do marine per turn, then yes, you can. In that case, you could stop doing sorry, you could stop drafting in that case because you need a higher population for that. 2 settlers. Well, let's score, yeah. Yeah, I think you waited too long. You should have just gone with 1. Guaranteed city take. You probably lose it in trade. Yeah, or that, like, don't go near the coast. If you didn't get spotted, I think he just takes Sydney there. I don't think Australia would have been building militia. But it looks like they're gearing up for 1v1. These guys will eventually, they might not know it yet, but they will probably do a 1v1. And Japan and Canada actually have a history against each other, so we'll see if they want any revenge. Still going for cities, okay. Anyone gonna send out some boats, punish the greed? Anybody? I think a viable build might just be go wartime early, just get a bunch of militia, spam reg militia, and just take empty cities. Just build a bunch of boats and take empty cities. Especially as a quality, I think, because then you could maybe defend what you take. What are you doing? What? If the plan wasn't to walk them somewhere, what was the plan? To, like, deny the city plant? I guess he's lucky the barbs are actually denying the city plant here. He didn't get the explorer. Okay, let's check Brazil's capital. At this point, Brazil probably has factory. Hospital, factory. Oh my god, I don't know what the fuck that is. But you're playing super greedy. You are letting him play greedy, and then like 20 turns from now, it's gonna be like, oh, why does he have so many units? Because you have a limited window at the start of the game to punish people who are playing greedy. And that matters for a lot of stuff. Like, even like planting this, right? A city is a city, and the land is good. The land is better here than here. But you don't need the resource right now, but you need to be roading towards them to create pressure, right? So you can follow up with more plays, or at least pretend that you can follow up with more plays, even if you have no intention to do anything to Brazil. If you just have a city here and you start roading these dies, he's like, oh shit, I better draft. I better build some units. I better stop building settlers. I better not go for this factory. And then 20 turns down the line, he doesn't have all those units that we were scared of because you pressured him out of doing some sort of greedy play. This is very, like, the way you're planting city, you're planting away from him. Your Order is supposed to be the aggressor in this matchup. Order is good early game, equality is better late game. Huh. He's hooking. I don't like this at all. No. So for one, your order, you can't just buy a harbor. That harbor is going to take 5 turns. You don't have any worker. If you had a worker, you could just chop the forest and then road. And what are you going to do with this? You have no setup on the play. You could bomb him. Is the plan to bomb him? You could even heli. It's too late. I really hope he's defending Sao Paulo by the time you get helis. But yeah, but bombing. It's a Cton. Bombing's not going to take any cities. It's bad for both of you. You lose production, and he loses tiles. Much more worse for Brazil in that case, obviously. Yeah, and he's not drafting. He needs to draft. The Lord bestowed upon us the ability to draft once per turn as order without any happiness penalties. What am I doing? We should make good use. Okay, I'm just going to embassy him. This is absurd. CCTV? Fighter? What? Why do you need a fighter? As the weakest bombard unit on the planet. Go for Marine per... You can just do Marine per turn. God. And you have no units. Like, you are actually vulnerable to being voted here yourself. 2-mover here. Mumbai. Not super likely angles, but it's worth pointing out that, and you couldn't reinforce your, like, you have 1 unit. You're vulnerable to being voted here. You have no way to reinforce that. Like, the correct way to play this matchup of order versus equality is to play aggressively into the equality. But workers, I wouldn't hate you if you did workers settler. But he's just doing neither. Like, he's going to get outscaled in 2 ways. More buildings, more cities, and also just government. 3 ways, I guess. Anyway. Neither of these 2 civs have been penalized for playing like absolute cavemen. Did the Arabs do... Oh my god, please don't tell me. Okay. The propaganda in cap. Oh my god. No, don't do that. What are you doing? So propaganda in secondary cities, especially secondary cities that are far away from your cap, just to get the score. All it does is it gives you 1 happiness, and that gives you a bunch of culture. Like 17 culture or something. It gets you 1 border expand a little quicker if you do... But at this point, you might as well do library university in your cap if you just want the border expand. And then it does nothing. It will just give the 1 happiness. Like, at least Jeddah would give you 2 border expands. Medina would give you 2 border expands. But this one, you probably get those border expands anyway. It just speeds up the border expands that you would already get. And then the other people are greening, and you're not punishing them for it. You know how the deal. Okay. So, India. He does have decent production in his cap. Okay. Oh, barracks. Your growth has actually stopped because you ran out of worker moves. Yeah. So you should be doing more workers, more settlers here. Okay. Is this... America has boats in the water. Looks like they pillaged a tile and didn't get anything else out of it. Australia has 2 drafting cities online. They should be doing pretty well for themselves. Yeah, like if you're going to do this, at least play like Australia's playing. Australia actually probably could use a few more workers themselves. Yeah, after some long and hard-wrought analysis of my own gameplay, I've determined that 80% of my advantage over the other mid and top tier players comes down to just building enough workers. Even in multiplayer. Okay, he's working eventually on getting that road. But like, what's the hurry? Like, what do you benefit from? How do you benefit from building the city now as opposed to 8 turns later? The city has no tile improvements. It's not going to build anything. It's probably pretty corrupt because it's far away, and your order, the government with the highest corruption. You get score, but that'd be true if you planted anywhere. It's not going to build it. It's a liability, and you don't have the res. God. And now he's just going to start marching these partisans at you because you didn't secure priority. Rio size 6. A boat in the water. Interesting. Okay. Not a bad city spot. Interesting that he went for border expand. Like, as if he's out of war for long enough that that's possible. That's probably one of the better tiles, the flatland unimproved, that he could get pollution on. Okay, the boat is back. What are you doing with the boat? Like, what are you doing in your cap? India. Please tell me, just 1 per turn something. You have drafted. Did he underrush a mini cruise? No, you don't know where his king is. King could be anywhere. King could be here, king could be here. King could be on a random tile, so don't do that. And did you just... I think he drafted and slaved 1. Like, he wasn't really benefiting much from the population because he ran out of... Ooh. Well, you greeted, he greeted harder. Let's see, do either of them have the factory? Factory next turn. And we will see about Canada. No factory, but a lot of different buildings. It's not a bad build, honestly. Sorry, it's absolute troll because he's not guarding these cities properly. He could be attacked from a billion different angles. But the build out of cap specifically is not troll. Okay, so now he's establishing prior. It's painfully slow because he's a quality and his workers road tiles like they're shoveling through molasses. But he is slowly working on establishing priority. He also does not have 2 movers. You are in huge luck. Otherwise, he would just put a unit here, like an infantry or something, an airdrop on top of it. And you're letting, like, you just road this tile so that, like, you could at least double if he plants that. Like, that is a risk. You should be able to have, like, a keen eye for this, that this tile specifically is a risk. I've talked about this tile endlessly, but... Okay, guarding... I don't know. Frankly, Okay, let's take a look at the score situation. So first place is Brazil, followed by, right behind them is Canada. After that is Japan. So the 3 equality civs who have been greeting and nobody has been punishing them. Oh, nice spot. Okay, cool. That will give them the 2 movers. Can probably one per turn infantry in his cap right now, to be honest. What does he have in Sao Paulo? Oh, okay. Nothing insane. Happiness issues is what he has. After them is Australia. America is actually maybe at the bottom of the list. Looks like they might catch India this turn. Okay, so this is a mistake. You just walked 2 workers. This worker will finish the road in 1, so you could have just got a free irrigation if you just irrigated that tile last turn. Remember, every time you spend a turn walking with a worker, that is a wasted worker move. Do not do that more than you need to do it. Unless you have 5 units in Sydney, there's no excuse for this. I should be drafting as order. This is why it always seems like I have a million units, because I do units per turn. No, yeah. What, you need the extra 2 commerce? Take the units. Oh my lord. Okay. America has finally made their way over here. And is Brazil's king there? Queen. I don't know. And does America have any Marines? They have I think they have the res for Marines, right? No. That was last game. That was the game we just casted. Okay. Okay, Porto Alegre has been founded. He must be pretty happy about that port. UT move. Okay, whoever America is, they're getting too close to the cities they're targeting. Don't get this close. There's no reason. Like, if you see the border, like, you're just risking that there's an explorer or worker or a king or a random Tau killing barbs. Don't get any closer than you need to get. I don't know, maybe the boat's empty. Like, are you just aching for the size 9 city? That what? I guess now at least they're getting the offshore bonuses. I'd probably plant this one. It's going to be 4 away anyway. I'd probably put it here just to get the maximum amount of tiles. That's like a lot of tiles right there because you get this and this and this and this and this. 5 extra tiles. Canada is not even approaching the point where they're guarding themselves, actually. And they do not have any res. They just have rubber. Yeah, they'd have to go... Okay, just killing barbs. Okay, chill. You could actually plant on top of this. I would like that quite a bit, actually. Secure iron, rubber. Yeah. Iron on its own doesn't do much. I guess you could start radar artillery in Kyoto. Which normally isn't a great play, but against equality. Oh my god, yeah, you fucking... Where is this mini cruise going? Kill the barb! Don't just let barbs hang out in your land. They're not your loser brother-in-law who your sister loves very much and dearly. It's like a free 25% chance of promotion. Blocking your tiles. He could walk anywhere. God. Well, he's like, well, I got this far. I might as well plant in his face. So the worst thing is, like with the mini cruise, he probably would be in a position just to cruise this out and take it if he had this roaded, but he does not have this roaded. Remember how I said that this was going to be important? We'll see. He might not even go for the hill city. Is there anything in the galleon? Or are you just like hanging out there as if there is, but there is not? Guess not. Just a pleasure cruise galleon. The captain's just on a journey. You know what? I don't hate that. No, I do hate that. At least like show the galleon. Make him think he's about to be boated. Yeah, I don't like what do you get from this city that you don't get from this? This gives you so much extra. It gives you the banana, extra score. Wonderful city. Okay. Brazil, still kind of dicking around. There's no res here. Guess he was looking for somewhere to airdrop. So right now his res is, he has not hooked the aluminum, but he will have it eventually. And coal, so he could be doing battalions soon. Also late game he can do tanks. He doesn't see, he kills with the, don't kill with the vet, kill with the draft. I don't know what this is doing. Okay, let's see what is happening inside of, if it is, oh, spy. No, guess not. Fucking hell. He did plant on the hill, yeah. It looks like does mini cruise per 2. That's actually pretty chill. If that's legit, if he's doing mini cruise per 2. But you have no tomb. Are you, if you're drafting SF? He unloaded there, I think. Yeah, but you don't have it roaded. That's the issue. Or build a marine. If you have the ship moves, you don't have the ship moves wonder. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, not even close. Yeah, if you, oh, sorry. If you put the galleon here. Okay, good. You're pressuring his cities. Now he has to guard shit over there, and then he'll presumably leave Recife a little worse defended. Yeah, like if you go in here, build a marine, you can take Recife next turn. It depends how much airlift. He does have enough units to guard the airlift. But that you're not gonna get a better chance to play with those cruises. Okay, America has hooked the uranium. Wouldn't hate a plant here. It'd be good. You could also you could do propaganda here for score. Okay, so he's got the third mini cruise. He has colony. That's just gonna get attacked. He will attack you. Now the vet infantry are coming. Oh no, this is bad. You need the road. See, because now if you road, it's too late. If you road now, he knows something's up, and he puts more units in the city. This is why you always want to road early. But it's like, oh, if I road early to make a play, will he not know I'm making a play? That's why you always road early, whether you're making a play or not. Because if he starts defending, does he have Marines in there already? I mean, respect if he does. Not even at war. What? Just the one? Oh my god. How much does Brazil have in that city? This is Recife? If he only has the one unit, I guess he can't move out. Because it would... But he can just put more in. Yeah, just airlift more in. You are equality. Just attack his units. Oh my god. Now Brazil is throwing. 4 mini cruises. He slaved one out of Mumbai, I think, or just built one. Um, infantry now could potentially just walk and take these cruises, but I don't think Brazil has any way of seeing this. Boats just dancing back and forth. Arabs going for some new plants. Not going to fall too far behind in score. Interesting play. I'd rather look at this, but it looks like he got attacked into. He cruised. Cruise again. Take the city. Take. Oh man, no. You just put yourself in a bad position. I'm sorry. You didn't have set up. You didn't set up the play. Yeah. Well, you have 2 cruises left. Don't fire them. Yeah. This is what happens if your plays don't have setups. This is why mini cruises or cruises in general are just good units for advanced players, but not so much for less experienced players because they're difficult to use. Because you need the setup. You need the priority over the land. You need 2 more. You need units in the face of the city. You need to be able to like have the cruises and fire them from a place that's undetected. Yeah, and that's can be a lot to ask. Okay, now he has 2 movers. He could just walk into the. He could just. What the fuck? Huh? Okay. Call your plays, Canada. But congrats. Hey everybody, we are back with the reload, and I have no clue what happened here. Maybe there was like the queen was guarding against barbs. I'm not seeing any marines anyway. If there's not any amphibious units, that has to be that. Unless Japan put their queen on a boat or something dumb. Yeah, no marines, yeah. So it would have had to be queen or king. Chief, I believe in this case, for Canada. Oh no, Japan. So shogun or something. Just happened to roll by over here or over here. Okay. We could take a look at this front again. Oh, they have to replay. Yeah, he's just gonna attack you. What are you doing? Okay. Yeah, and you're also not doing an end of turn, so you're signaling to him that you're gonna do a cruise play. So if you had this roaded, you do not even need to move in here. He can just attack that. If he has vet partisans, he can just attack you, and then you cannot take the city. No, man, you got fucked. No. You can fire 2 more cruises if you left. Brazil's not saying anything. You had 2 more cruises. What on earth? Okay, you just lost a round of drafts. To no tangible. And now you're firing the cruises after you have lost a unit that can take the city. What are you doing? Okay, you need setup. Okay, it looks like you killed a few of his. Let's see how many units are at 1 health in that city. Recife, I think. Yeah, if you 100% just have that city if it's roaded. Does another round of drafts. You'd still have these partisans hanging out here. You could cut his road. That'd prevent the overland reinforcements, or you could fork the cities by placing it here. It's up to you. This is not a good plant. So something like this. It gets you free extra tiles. Plenty. It gives you horse, tobacco, banana. That's good. You're gonna get attacked here. This is just like so transparently an overextension. Like if America sees what's going on here, he knows you're distracted and he'll just take Chennai. And Chennai is a size 3 city, so he will have that capture the city, won't be raised. He will have that permanent presence on your in your land. You have 5 res too. Wonder if there's something you can do with that. So it looks like they went for he could do infantry. No, Cole is actually the one res he doesn't have. Yeah, but he does have SF. SF is better than infantry. Anyway. Nothing new from the Arabs just yet. Australia, why are you playing order to scale? I don't get it. Anyway, Canada is by far in the lead. Top score, also 25 for the kill. You're getting eroded. Walking a mini cruise there. Yeah, how much is in Chennai? Can you fire that? No. Walk away. Don't just... Don't just toss your units away now. Put your tail between your legs. Walk away from the city. Okay, whatever. It's never too late to just say, okay, fine, and then just switch to scaling instead. Build this. Get a barracks here. I think he did not do Grand in Bangalore, which is too bad because it would be a good drafting city. But maybe get another irrigated tile. If you're growing in 2, you'll eventually hit size 7. Third drafting city. And defend yourself. Okay, let's see how many units India has left. I do not have a spy on him. Oh my god. Gee, fine, about time. Okay, 7 units between 5 cities. This is bad. So there's no point in having 1 unit here. There is 0 point to it. It might as well be empty. You're just giving away a unit if someone attacks you. So the thing is, if someone's attacking a city like this, they don't actually see what's in the city. They're just going to land on this tile, right? And at that point, they are committed to attacking whether or not you have a defender there. So it might as well be empty because they would win if they attack with like a reg partisan. They would win against that draft. So these 3 cities, unless there's a second draft underneath, should not have anything. Wait, he's got 1 partisan in every city. Actually, I'm sorry, I was mistaken. So Chennai is 100% going to fall. How did this get? I guess it came out of Perth. Oh, okay. I'm setting up a cruise play. That's interesting. Size 13 cap for America. I know he's got battalions. Okay, get out. Leave. Stop giving him units. With the radar tower, he should probably just attack into you here. Yeah, he cleaned up your shit here. Okay. Australia is now coastal in 3 directions. We'll see if anything comes to fruition there. Okay, you got lucky that you double retreated. I know there's nothing in that boat, man. So canal option here, canal here. I assume he will eventually plant something like that. For now he's just colonying. I don't think he has 2 movers, so he probably could just walk up to the city and then cruise it and take it, but he doesn't know that. He might think, oh, he's gonna Draft. Draft in Mumbai. It's just a free draft. Pluck. Pluck the apple from the tree. The free apple. The harvest of your hard work getting that city to size 7. You built an aqueduct and everything. It's literally just free. Yeah. God. Okay. Canada is just scaling. They might actually be our candidate for #1 because Brazil, as well as they're doing, I guess they're gonna go for tanks and kill India. It's pretty good. Australia could get some work done. I don't know how much America has at home, but there is if he has no naval prio, there's a significant risk that he just dies to getting boated by Australia. So let's check. 4 minis. Not much, honestly. 17 units. But like 4 of them are here. So 13 units. 12. So between 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, he's got an average of 2 units per city between 6 cities. Now, these core cities would probably hold to like a partisan boat. Like I guess if you cut them off here by landing both these tiles, it'd be okay. But the mini cruises, no. Like if you land here and you can mini cruise both cities and you got infantry, so you could even get in Los Angeles, that's trouble. That's real trouble for America. And no ship moves wonder. Okay. Yeah, the one down thing is here. He can't. You would have to move one more turn before he's even in range. So his current res is aluminum, uranium. Okay. So yeah, he's actually I would just go put units in a boat and go plant these two. Get RPGs, get SF, whatever tech you're closer to. Power crews even. Okay. Did you bomb this tile? It's pretty funny. Like, did he just have... He had the fighter. I don't know what the fighter was doing, though. But yeah, like, you can see why this is such a difficult position for India. You're never going to kill this city, and Brazil can set up plays from the city. Potentially anywhere. Australia on America, EOT? Oh my god, man. No, there was no lag. You just those 5 tiles. Like I said, those like he can't. He has to move one more turn. You're not gonna end a turn move like on there. America's galleon has just sailed up. Okay. Arabs going for border expands. Either they have never entered wartime or they're really hardcore on the propaganda. Probably hope it's the second. Let's see. No, that's library. Library next. Just hard building the library. Not even slaving it. Just building it outright. Yeah, the libraries just do so little for order. Your base commerce is so low, and your happiness slider is probably pretty high, and your science slider is pretty low. The multiplier from the library is basically useless. So I would just do propaganda in this case. But they did cop propaganda in their cap. Oh, I don't get it. This game. Okay. That's overkill. That's draft. Just draft. Literally. Cap Mumbai every single turn until you have 5 units in that city. Just draft. Unless there's like a specific reason why you need a size 8 cap or a size 9 cap, like to 1 per turn a specific unit, you should be drafting every single turn you are able to draft as order. And then at that point, you make the decision, do I want to take these out the city or do I want to leave them in? And that's a separate decision. But if you could just leave them in, just leave them in. Okay. Yeah, he should be able to get in if he's paying attention. Now, I would probably like build a city here and then buy the cruises out of here if he's tradition, but did he just... Oh, he bombed. He has some sort of plane right now. Okay, the bomber I don't actually hate. Like, that helps you defend. And you're forcing this guy into anti-air. Okay, shifting some of his units in this direction. I think he's in a position where he might actually lose the city and then retake it. That's not good for India. Although India's not down one. Yeah, you've been setting up that play for 5 years, man. I figured that. But thank you anyway. Much appreciated. Wonder if he has recon west. That would be an interesting development. Okay, 2 tiles bombed. These are, like, this one's good at least. This one, it doesn't matter if it gets cratered, but the crater is really significant here. Okay. Okay. Just hit the units. Yeah, if you hit the units, it doesn't matter. Like, I don't know if you saw that it was a cruise play, but if you hit the units, it does not matter. If you get cruised, because then they can't take the city. That was what was happening here in Recife. Yeah, so this is one of the reasons this was a bad plant. Now, if you had a city here, you could have your one unit in the city here, and you'd have one more unit to defend Chennai when if it was started being threatened. So this is why building contiguous cities is good. Don't build cities in a line like this, and don't build random offshoots. Build like a chunk. A blob. Good. This is good. I think his boat got mini cruised, if I had to guess. Because if he had he could do nuke sub, I guess, but if he had the tech for it, but this would have almost certainly been sunk by this point, I assume. So 4 nuke subs, 6 sub cruises. Yeah, just land here. Land 3 partisans and an infantry here. And America's in trouble. He did not need 3 cruise missiles. I don't know if he used 3 cruise missiles, but he didn't need to. Slowly he's making his way. You might even want 3 workers for this to get over like the forests faster if you're not order. He actually does not have heli-res, so he'll be a bit spread thin here. Okay, this is a mistake, Australia. Like, what the... Okay, that's not end of turn. That's way before end of turn. That's 1 unit. Put more units than that, like... Jesus. Didn't call your plays. Hello, everybody. We are back with the reload. So, Brazil is making it clear what happened. Looks like king was naked in the city. Probably reconned it, maybe. Came with a convoy. Slammed into the city. Took the city. Oh, and that's the thing, right? Didn't have enough units, and the convoy threat becomes real. You can't do that. If you have a city in Recife, if India had a city on this hill, Brazil cannot do that. You put one unit here, convoy threat gone. Cruise missile threat on cap, none. Much reduced heli threat. He could still, from here, like, I don't know, here, he could maybe heli these two, but he couldn't heli these. Oh, damn. Okay. America just lost two cities. Call your guys. Call plays. Okay, thank you very much, Canada, calling their plays. Taking advantage of these tile improvements, mining these two tiles would take forever for equality. I think it's 9 turns and 5. So being able to steal that from your enemy is a nice little bonus. Okay, he says might land. I have no clue where he will land. Okay, here. Not bad. Go down, Salvador. At this point, just pillage, man. Oh, the turn just started. That was not end of turn. Oh, he airlifted the battalion in. I see. Yeah, but at this point, Brazil doesn't even have to guard their shit anymore. Like their cap and stuff, there's no threat from India heliing or anything like that. So they get to play a lot more greedy. Okay, America has retaken Boston, so now Australia is down 1, but America is still down 2. The road has actually been interrupted to the res in the most frustrating way. Oh, they do now have Shania, though, so that gives them a lot of res that they didn't before. It actually gives them oil, which they would not have gotten otherwise, and then a double copy of iron if that comes up. You need to buy a harbor here, but I'd do an airport, honestly, but he's kind of spread thin right now. Let's see what his army consists of. 19 units across 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. About 2 per city, a little less here, and then one's here. Yeah. That's dicey. I would want subs at this point. Nuke sub. Attack sub is the oil submarine. Just one of the two. Okay. Despite that having transport with Australia, it was a good play from Australia, and that does bring them into into third place. So Brazil is more than 25 points up on them, and Brazil has the kill themselves. So that's Australia. So first place, Canada, Brazil, Australia. That's how things are looking now. But we will see what Canada can do. They got the out of war with this kill, so if they played well, they probably went for factory. They have 3 res now. These sub cruises. Okay, these high pops, like you can just, if you want to make a play, just slave. You can just slave sub cruises. It's so beneficial. What? What was that? Okay, oil is hooked now. You could like, if he'd done the convoy, like if the convoy was here, you could like move this here, unload, move back, load up, move, and get two more convoy or 6 units. But okay, Aegis. That's very nice to see. Yeah, that'll happen. That will happen, America. You actually have another iron. You talking about Brazil that way? A barb? That is pretty disrespectful to your opponent. Maybe he doesn't know he has 2 irons. Probably shouldn't risk spoiling. Okay. Don't know what this boat can really accomplish. Please tell me he has the ship move. He has the ship moves wonder. Good. Doesn't seem that Orange does. And nor does Canada. Okay, if you haven't played Modern, naval strategy is a bit off the beaten path of the tech tree. 30 shields gives you culture. +2. +2 in Modern. I don't know why I wrote it like that in the Civilopedia. It's the same in future, but yeah, here, +2. So for 30 shields, that is a really good deal. Increases your playmaking potential by quite a bit. Anyway, now one thing that Equality will struggle to do is set up plays that are far away. So he can't get these. How is he supposed to get the cruises to Chennai? Like join a worker slave boat or something and then just drop them off? Not a lot of good options. More age is coming out. Now, does the Arabs have, like Japan, they have coal iron. So they could be going for, a modern trooper would be a good choice for them. Do not know if they're getting the wartime bonus right now. They have drafted. It doesn't show here yet, but you can tell by the box of food. If they should be able to fix that to grow next turn. Lots of ironclads. Okay, Brazil doing a bit of work, filling in the gaps. Lots of workers, too. Okay. Here's America. What? What's he doing? Is he trying to create counterplay? He doesn't have coal, so he can't do sub cruises. I feel without cruises, you're not going to break through Adelaide and Newcastle. If you're really confident there's no subs down here, which I would not be, it's actually a triple canal here. Curitiba. That's Helidon. That's for the rubber. With the uranium, he could do mechs now. Oh, he's got subcruise in the water. Wonder if he sees what's going on. You got a second subcruise? Okay, call your plays. Call your plays. Australia. Okay. Not sure how well he'll be able to defend that. If Brazil was paying attention, they'd know that there's only one unit in there in their order. So you can just put it back in Salvador and just airdrop a bunch of stuff. But there goes his coal for Brazil. It could be a liability. Yeah, I like these little cruise plays though. This is nice. This is how you punish people for building too much and for building non-contiguously. Just so hard to be looking everywhere. So it's plus 75 for Australia. They're way ahead of America at this point. America's only plus 25. But in terms of catching Brazil, they have caught Brazil. Yeah, they're about 20 points up on Brazil. So that's a really good, important play. Brazil seems to be their chief rival for score right now. And did they catch? No, Canada's. They'd still need another city take to catch Canada. A random skirm here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Is he looking to plant a city? Hard to tell. Okay, at least cut the iron. He's not using the iron to build any boats, but he could be. Or anything. Three troop transports out for Australia. I'd like to see them, if they don't think they're at risk of dying, they are down one, remember. If they don't think they're at risk of dying, I'd like to see them reinforce Porto Alegre and maybe going for a play onto Tibuk or Damam. And with subs, they could probably just see what's going on here. If you see drafts, cruise plays are really, really lucrative in Cton at least. Because any city you take is 25 points, even if you can't hold it. More shit here. Now, America can get oil. Sorry. That is very characteristic of America. But what I mean is America can use that oil to get helicopters. Helicopters give some flexibility, or would give him some flexibility, where he could have most of his units at home, but if Brazil started attacking the city, you can actually reinforce with a heli while he's under attack. And that would make... Wow. He is really spooked by cruise plays. But should he be spooked by something else? Okay, here we see helicopter in Salvador. Runs into sub with the ironclad. So if he just puts these militias in and just moves the troop transport on turn, should be able to properly reinforce Porto Alegre. If you get 4 units in there, then whatever's in the heli probably can't take the city. No guarantee, actually, I guess. It is a walled city on a hill. But you could fit 4 units in a heli, so I guess it's possible you win 4 combats. Oh, so this snuck around here. Did that come from here, or did that... No, this is a fourth boat. Hmm. Now, I think a canal city would be... this canal city specifically would have been really good. On a hill, direct route from Perth through to threaten America. But Brazil is doing minis, mini cruises. Okay. Ah. He has set up the play properly. Full naval prio. Unless Australia has recon. This is what happens if you don't call your plays. I'm starting to ask you in real chat. Someone's landing. Oh. TY. There's one unit in there. But he did not go for... Okay, reinforced. Let's see here. He might not even be paying attention. I think the worker ruined it. Yeah, the worker gave vision on the mini cruises. And that was not effective. See, now at this point, you'd be starting to get the third tier border expands if you had propaganda, and that makes landing you actually surprisingly difficult. We'll see what's going on with Australia. Still 5 sub cruises, 3 nuke subs. Not bad. I'd be a little worried about this. Okay, just draft. Draft out of Brisbane, draft out of Perth. These are high pops. You can keep those if you really need to. It's as an emergency. You can, but again, these are just free drafts. Remember, cities grow at half speed past size 6. Kind of worse than that, even, if you have the granary effect. Where actually from 7 to 8 is actually 3 times slower than from 6 to 7. So yeah, it's at size 7 you really want to be drafting. Because then if you get down to size 6, you grow twice as fast. 3 times as fast even. Did he just attack into him there? Wild. Okay, how much is actually in Chennai? Quite a bit. Not that. I think you could just with 6-player game with battalions up front. If you convoy in a few more battalions, I think you could just brute force that. Okay, he has defended Porto Alegre, not extremely well, but a single heli should not do the trick. Adelaide. Did he just move the cruise in? Hilarious. Gets the city. Nice. 20 America. Nice. Well done. Despite being discovered on that play, still makes it happen. You could have drafted from literally every of those cities. If you thought this was a liability, this is completely on you, man, Australia. I didn't know how many units were in those cities, but clearly not enough if it died to 2 cruises. Canada and Australia. Plant the canal. Oh, with a marine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, you can get the cruises here and then coming around with the marine through the canal. Don't let your memes be dreams. Go for the meme play. These bombards. I think Oz might have actually underbuilt workers. Don't know who that is. Thank you. Is this loaded? Brasilia is actually empty. If he lands on the oil and goes 2 west, you could actually take the Brazilian cap. I feel he probably should be focused on what's going on at home here, because this is dicey, man. Blocking the convoy. We'll see. How clean of a double move is this? Pretty clean. I like that. Good. Well done. Is Brazil paying attention? You did not even correctly identify where the city was. And now you're just standing. Okay, take that. And now you realize, oh, if I landed on the oil, this would have been empty. Hmm. 4 Aegis. Did he do like... What's going on in Washington here? I think he might have just outscaled. I think America got out of war. Power cruise per 2. Yeah, I think America got out of war, and Australia did not, because Australia was not fighting India. So let's see. Oh, he does a factory CCTV. Okay, so we can do sub-cruise per 2. That's good. That is quite good. And let's see Sydney. Good support buildings, but no production. I would like to see like get 25 shields in the box, and then two citizens for a CCTV. That's good. Like at size 10, that's really good. Settler here. 1 mini. Then you just rain down bombardment here as a distraction, and then you do your meme play. America is far from out of the woods. They're still behind Canada. They're still behind Brazil. They're still behind Australia, too. Australia is currently down 1, 2 cities. Australia on Arabs, end of turn. Finally, that play's set up. I guess maybe he was waiting for the cruises. Is he just taking huts with that guy? What was he doing? Okay, finally destroyers. Anyway. They might not react in time. They don't know that about the subcruise threat from there. He just cruised his own city. Okay. 25. Yes, you did. That's something that can happen in Civ 3. Okay. You're gonna die, dude. This meme play is gonna kill you. Down 2. You also have to hold Porto Alegre. Like Halu's got all game to set that up. Be kind of funny if he went in the convoy just around down this road. Tanks showing from Halu. Okay. Saudi Arabia does not actually get any additional points for taking to book because it is a city that they planted. So retakes do not give you points. I don't think one mini is enough here, man. If you could get like onto Perth, that would be enough. A million years later, gonna hook this rubber. Okay. Cause like really Australia should be oh, he'll just land units here and then cruise me. So Australia should have units in Newcastle. For some reason they don't. Can you actually get more Marines onto that tile? He could do it middle of turn potentially. If the Marines are already in the boat on this tile, he can plant whenever he wants. Wait, with 2 workers, you could put the cruises in here, walk them north. Because if you put the boat into a city, then the cruises don't they can unload without losing their move. So they could still fire the same turn. These are little mechanical plays you have to think of in terms of clever playmaking. How can I get my units in places where they won't be expected? Now, I will say that Australia is now plus 100. So if they hold on another 5 turns or so... Oh yeah, I'm ready. I've been ready my whole life. Yeah, there it is. There's the road. Okay. At this point, he sees the mini, but it's too late. Like, this attack is happening this turn. Australia has nothing that could threaten that tile. At this point, he could probably bombard the units themselves. With infantry. This is good, though. Like, it's potential reinforcing unit. The militia, so getting it down low without, like, alerting him as to what's up. That's why I was skeptical about bombarding the city of Newcastle, because you'd think, oh, I should guard Newcastle. Well, I called it, but looks like you didn't have enough men. Was that just 1 mini? Kind of disrespectful to think it would work with 1 mini, but I don't know, maybe he can get Darwin. This does open up a lot of possibilities, boating around the south. But Australia, 1 city and they die, so... I feel like they should take this threat seriously. Yeah, at least 2 units here. Is there partisan underneath that infantry, though? Okay, if you only just had the 1 Marine in there, why did you even... A lot of modern para here. Now, is Canada still in first place? Canada does have quite a bit of score. Doesn't feel like it's that much more than the Arabs. Well, I guess the Arabs don't have as much sea, and Canada does have a ton of sea all around them. So it doesn't show as big on the map, but it is actually quite big. And they're only up 25. So Canada's 450. Australia is 430. So Australia's ahead of Brazil by a significant margin now too. Not really sure what Brazil's setting up though. They do tanks, they could just do a big stack. Why cut the iron? Why are you just letting him have iron? Like I expect this from new players, but Brazil seems to be like a pretty solid player here. Um yeah, like where you just sit on the enemy's land and you don't cut their roads when like there's no you don't have anything better to be doing with your unit. What? Now on the flip side, if they can make they've got sub cruises around somewhere, Australia. So if they could get these sub cruises onto whatever the city is and take it, that would solidify them. That would actually put them in the first place, unbelievably. They're up down 3 cities. So this is a tense last few turns. But Australia, okay, we're seeing a wall of ships here. Maybe he think he's in first place, but maybe he doesn't know how bad it is. Okay, I will call out everybody's score just so everyone's on the same page. Did he just slam into him with infantry? And then road what? What are you doing? God. Okay. So Canada plus 25. Oops. Uh USA 50? Chennai and this raised city, I believe. Unless I'm missing something. Yeah, so 2 here for you for Oz, 1 and then 1. I wonder if they realize, like, if they check the V screen, they all have contact with Australia. They should be able to see that he's down 3, but he lost him to 3 different players, actually. They might not be aware that one city take would actually kill Australia. Well, that's bad news for the Canadians. King in Brasilia, probably sensible. Let's see what the Brazilian stack has amounted to now. Just 6 Bradleys. Do they have like a transport or something? 1 transport, okay. So they have cruise missiles. My issue with the cruise missiles, they couldn't get anywhere, but if you got a transport, now we're cooking with gas. This guy just loves attacking with infantry. You guys, is this elk? The RNG he's getting is very elk-ish. I feel we would have seen more JJs in chat if this was elk, though. So I'm gonna guess someone else, but it's not my job to guess for the tournament. You guys can guess yourselves as the viewers which members of the community these anonymous players are. Australia is not perturbed here. What the fuck? The Canal City. No, there's no way. No, this doesn't even, this failed. Okay. Where did the transport, how did he land this, the transport, then go back inside? I don't get it. I was wondering if he was going to do a meme canal city play, but the transport seemed to have gone somewhere else. But like you could easily slave a subcruise in Newscastle here. I'm wondering how many he has in the tank. 1. Hmm. Guess maybe he's just content with second and now just wants to sit on his laurels. He is now 100 down relative to Canada. He should be he should have slayed some propaganda. Even like cities like Sydney would benefit from it, I think. But just so he doesn't fall so far behind in score. That's one of the privileges you get as Order. You don't have to plant a million cities to get this level of score. You can just do the 17 culture building and get the double expand pretty quickly. Arabs does not seem to have any interest. They actually have combat engineer resources. So if you're watching this, Arabs, heads up, combat engineer 2691. Everybody says it's overpowered. I don't know, give it a shot at least. It's draftable too in your order. I think it might have been beneficial. With the ironclads, I'm not sure if you'd have naval priority enough to set up a play, but I feel like if you dropped a stack of combat engineers here, that would be trouble. Still for Canada. They just won that 1v1 and they decided they were done, I guess. I don't know. Okay. Things seem to have reached most of a standstill. Let's check out some caps to see what kind of buildings people went throughout the game. So we'll see Canada. Ottawa. Factory Utopia. This is a score machine here. +3 happiness in all cities, and then bonus science. Coal plant 2. Not messing around at all. Pollution, no problem. Lots of civil disorders. At this point, you should be pumping up the happiness slider. Okay, everything has been pulled out of Recife. If he lands here, he could just double onto Chennai. Where are all of America's units? There's a possibility you just get run down by the tanks here. Wait, the convoy 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, take. 1. You could actually hit Atlanta next turn. Oh, okay. That's a bit early. What? Okay, Kelly. Okay. Oh, well, he's not messing around. Okay, he's planning on making some plays. Where did these units come from? Did he just double in and turn north with the heli? I guess they can do that. Is he setting up 2 plays at once? It seems like Unless America was really sleeping on the job. I don't think there's anything else America can get in here, though. 2 more mini cruises coming. What's America doing? Unless America has helis. Yeah, we can attack that now. Battalion soaks up the defensive bombard. Yeah. That's ECB. I don't think the battalion has attacked yet. Probably would have taken some defensive bombard damage if it attacked first, so. Canadian. Yeah, he can just get away with these naked plants now because he's 6 turns left in the game. And 21 modern para. Yeah, and he hasn't lost any cities yet. So again, losing cities is a resource, and he hasn't lost anything yet. So he's safe. Guess he really wanted to keep that road, huh? Interesting. Okay. Troop ship from Canada. Aussie's holding tight. Three settlers, okay. Complete inability to give a fuck. American paratroopers. I think that did not go through when it was supposed to go through. Is he just getting brute forced here? Oh, no, with the infantry, it should hold, but a little dicey, definitely. Arabs. So Arabs are definitely behind. Yeah. How many cities have? Yeah, okay, no, they're behind America, but just by 1 city take. If Arabs take a city, they place above America. So just put everything in a boat, just dump it on Adelaide. Seems like an easy way to get what you want. You got some ships in the water. Let's see how many units the Arabs have. You have nothing to lose, right? Okay, you don't actually have that many. Oh, no, 10 infantry, yeah. So potentially 20 units could go in these boats. 3 boats and 18 units landed on Adelaide, end of turn. Lovely. And if you did that early enough, you might have actually placed above Australia. Maybe not. It would have to been really early, like right when Australia lost that 3rd city, because if they lose one, they die. But they are holding tight. It looks like they are on pace, to place ahead of America. So America will be 4th. Brazil is looking like 2nd with that recent city take. Wait, Brazil's only up 50. Oh, it's tight, yeah. But that just barely puts them ahead. Looks like Australia has stopped pumping score. So Brazil will continue to grow in score. Australia will not. Got sunk here. Wrecked. Oh, look at the shading on that boat. How when it tilts to the side, you see, God, little details in this game. So this is why custom units just kind of suck in Civ 3. 1 unit from America. How long has that been in that boat? The promotion. Probably deserved a promotion there, buddy. And a purple heart soon. Okay, at this point, Australia is playing tower defense. Brazil and America are playing Plants vs. Zombies. And Canada is playing Farm Simulator. I don't even know what Saudi Arabia is playing, but it's certainly not Civ 3 at this point. They do get the triple border. That'll help them a lot. The triple border expanded Mecca. Again, you need more than this to close the point. Like, if you got this really early, then maybe it'd make a difference in points. Okay, so they actually did get the propaganda in Darwin, so that'll help them fight back a bit and score. Again, they're still not going to catch Brazil. Right, Brazil gets the extra 10 from Chennai. Not per turn, and that's divided across 58 turns or whatever. Here comes some tanks. Road is cut. That was looking bad for Australia. If I was Australia, I guess Australia is still was a little bit ahead of Brazil, but like Brazil doing this, Australia had realistically no chance of catching Brazil, but the decision of Brazil to do this will make sure America places above Australia. So it's interesting. I would pretty much pull out of these cities over here if I was them. Just hold. And don't let them cut your roads. Put something here. Even if it's just a militia. Brazil has taken the city and has lost the ability to care about the units next to it. Okay, brute force attack onto Darwin. Gets that last attack. Ooh. Oh, Australia with those attacking infantry. Something about the Battle of Glass. I wonder if there's anything in there. That would give him first place if he got the city. Sorry, not first place, but it would place him ahead of Brazil. What's he doing? Yeah, more Bradleys come in. He's got the road and everything now. That's it. Yeah, you need to clear that out. Get into Darwin, but now Brisbane is vulnerable. You got special forces here. He can double on the tobacco. He's got this. Oh, the threat. 4 cities under threat. It's really hard for him to pull out. He does have this. It looks like he's going to hold, and he actually retook the road by some miracle. So, if he holds, even if he, like, at a certain point you just die and you just don't give the points to America, and then you're okay. Draft. You can draft twice per turn out of Sydney. Just draft. You only need to make it 3 more turns. And then you're guaranteed a placement above America. America's just so... No, I don't think America can catch him. America's 1, 2. Yeah. Oh, this isn't even remotely close. Yeah, like I saw Brazil be that high of Australia, but Australia is that much higher than America. Um, Arabs are actually significantly higher. Okay, Saudi Arabia has a boat. Let me repeat. Wee-hoo, wee-hoo. Saudi Arabia has built a boat. Sorry, I need to do the high pass filter or low pass filter or whatever, but Saudi Arabia. That's a Mickey Mouse voice. Saudi Arabia has a vote. That's more like mid-Atlantic accent, but it's at least associated with the kind of old school walkie-talkie radio thing I'm going for. Okay, good enough. I don't think that he'll be able to take Porto Alegre, but I like to see, like, I like the idea of making offensive play for anyone. Just have some, I don't know, some resilience, some bravado, some courage. Don't just roll over and accept fifth place. You're actually very close, very, very close to just on score beating America right now. But for Newcastle, oh, I think it might be too. Yeah, I think if Australia was to leave the game right now, plus 100, I think it doesn't matter. I think. Doing that will at least guarantee that Arabs don't place over you, I guess. But at this point, Australia has winded, they have grinded, and they have secured themselves third place. Brazil, they would, if they had taken a few, they would have had to take like 2 more. If they pumped a little score, they would have had to take like 2 more cities. If they don't pump score, then 3. There's not actually that many cities to take off Australia. They just die. Not going to do much, but well, let's see it. Let's see what you got. The boat. No ship moves. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, you can numpad that. Let's see it happen. What's in Porto Alegre? The thing is that not really, the troops positionings in Porto Alegre are not really fungible. So like even if you like considered it low priority to defend relative to the cities here that were freaking dying, yeah, he can't get the units out. I guess it looks like he can, but he didn't in this case. So the odds of a take would not have ever been very likely. Game's over in 1 turn. Yeah, go plant a city. Unless, oh no, it's this. Mechs actually for Brazil. These could have sliced up Australia pretty badly. Okay, give up the airbase. Who cares? Yeah. Unless America gets like 2 more city takes in addition to Newcastle, losing the city this late won't matter. Remember, the big thing about killing someone is their score decays, right? If you kill someone 20 turns in the game, they're pretty guaranteed they're placing last just because of the score decay. But a couple turns before the game, I don't want to like, when we made the scoring rules, we didn't really want to punish players who made plays the whole game the way Australia did, and then kind of overextended themselves a bit. If you made offensive plays and got some points, good, you keep the points. If you die, you lose a lot of points on decay, but it's not like a end-all, you lose the game thing. Okay. Perth, now empty. Lots of Bradleys coming into Darwin. Darwin will fall. Yeah, you better, America, this is you. Okay, the city's yours. Yeah. I think we can probably call it here. All right. If there's any difference than the obvious placement, I will let you guys know in the comments here. But thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys next weekend when we will host the second part of the group stage of our tournament. Goodbye, guys. Catch you later.